A pleasant day to you, Miss Red. I am Zane Christine Sabalones, your student from BS Adu Black One, and I am here in this video to report about the story of flower myth Adonis. In modern times, the term Adonis can be referred to used as a man who is desirable and attractive. The word has deep root in ancient Greek mythology because Adonis is the god of beauty and attraction. And also, he is a male counterpart for Aphrodite. The story of Adonis and Aphrodite are intertwined, and their story is a classic account of jealousy and desire, rejection, and love. There is an old myth about Adonis, which is an incredible love story containing a combination of death and tragedy on the one hand, and the happiness of returning from death on the other hand. So, before he became an Adonis, he became an Adon. So, thought of as the most significant god in Ka'aneti was the god Adon. Adonis, the god of permanent renewal, fertility, and beauty. In Greek mythology, he was named Adonis and would become known by the name Adonis. So, along with Adonis, his myth includes his eternal love Astarte, the goddess of love and beauty. In Greek mythology, she was named Aphrodite. Their stories are so connected that Adonis' myth wouldn't be complete without mentioning her and the incredible of love story that brought them together. The short story about Adonis. The great king of Assyria, Cinyras, also called Thais, had a beautiful daughter and who was given the name of Mera. Because of her beauty, the king would boast that his daughter was more attractive than the goddess of beauty and love, Aphrodite. At some point, Aphrodite heard that Cinyras was doing this and became very angry and came to the conclusion that she must retaliate. Using his son Eros, or Cupid, the god of attraction and desire, she made it so that Mary fell in love with her father. She was also able to deceive Mary's father to commit incest. Cinyras later found out about the trick and swore to kill his daughter, who escaped from her father after she found out that she was pregnant. Mera was regretful and ashamed of her atrocious act and pleaded to the gods for their protection. The gods answered her prayers and turned her into a tree. And after 9 months, the Mera tree broke off. This was the birth of Adonis. He had his mother's beauty. When Aphrodite laid eyes on Adonis, she was in awe of beauty and decided that she wanted to hide him from all of the other goddesses, and by entrusting him to Persephone, goddess of the underworld, Persephone looked after the boy. And as he grew older and became more attractive, she fell in love with him. So, between Persephone and Aphrodite, a conflict arose. Persephone refused to give Adonis back to Aphrodite, and Zeus had to intervene. He ruled that Adonis should spend 4 months with Persephone in the underworld and then 4 months to spend with Aphrodite. Then he would be able to spend the last 4 months. However, he wanted to spend it to Aphrodite, so he spent his 4 free months with her. Adonis was renowned for his skills that he possessed for hunting. On one of his hunting adventures in the Afka forest located by Byblos, Adonis was hurt by a wild boar and started to bleed in the hand of Aphrodite, who decanted magical nectar into his wand. Adonis did end up dying, but his blood blended with the nectar and poured into the soil where flowers grow from the ground, the scent of which matched Aphrodite nectars and the color of which matched Adonis' blood, the anemone flowers. Adonis' blood reached the river and turned the water red. The river then became to be known as Adonis Rivers. There are few versions of the Adonis Greek mythology, where Ares, the lover of Aphrodite and the god of war, hears about Aphrodite's love for the young Adonis, and he becomes incredibly jealous and plots his revenge. Aphrodite was going after Adonis to sleep with him. However, Adonis wanted to hunt more than anything, and Aphrodite asked Adonis to stop with the treacherous sport that he loved because she couldn't bear to lose him, knowing that Adonis would die horrifically. And Adonis ignored her pleas and was killed when he was out hunting a wild boar. But this wild boar was actually Ares. When Adonis died, Aphrodite heard her cries and went to be by his side. She cursed Ares and the fates that had designed his death. While Adonis was still in her arms, Aphrodite turned the blood that dripped from his wounds onto the soil into wind flowers called anemones as a memorial to their love. Anemones grow from Adonis' blood, and his spirit went back to the underworld. In response to the tearful Aphrodite, Zeus decided that Adonis should only spend half of a year in the underworld. And this is the short story about the flower myth Adonis. Thank you.